Welcome to Community Circle.
Being a man of faith, everything in the possession or in the hands of a man of faith takes on the character of the owner. Money, which we all relate with, is good and it could be bad, depending on who is behind it. I will question a servant of God that is fully dependent on a man-made technology to fulfill the acts of God. Notice what I say, the acts of God. We cannot replace faith with facts. Facts can enable faith, but faith cannot be replaced with facts. I believe that man has limitless possibility if they can tap into it. Everybody on the face of the earth has a potential to endless possibilities.
This is Community Circle.
Join us on BCCTV for a new series titled Community Circle. It's diversity, resilience, and the spirit of community.
Who has inspired you and why their story is important.
Perseverance is supposed to be sitting in the bus and have a white person.
I think that you should say that because I'm thinking of Marcus Messiah Garvey.
Welcome to Community Circle. Hello viewers, welcome to the Community Circle. My name is Ukela Prince and it's a beautiful day. I want to thank you for always tuning in and being part of what is happening here in the Community Circle. In the Community Circle, we bring in experts, we bring in community leaders where we interact with them and also tap from their wealth of knowledge. And I think it's beautiful here today again because we have one of the community leaders that is making great impact in our community and we're glad to have him here. His name is Tolakehinde. Tolakehinde. Yeah, I must beat my tongue right now. I didn't. Now, he is a visionary AI consultant, coach. He is also an entrepreneur who is passionate about helping individuals and businesses to harness the power of artificial intelligence to thrive in a rapidly evolving world. He is also the founder of Cedrosville AI, a forward-thinking company dedicated to making AI practical, accessible, and empowering for professionals, small businesses, as well as the community. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me not take much of your time to, he is here already in the studio. So I want to welcome you, Mr. Tola.
Thank you.
Permit me to call you Tola for the sake of this interview.
Absolutely.
Tolakehinde.
Yes, thank you for having me, Prince.
Thank you for coming.
It's a pleasure of being here.
Thank you so much. We want to appreciate you for all the great work you are doing in the community for, impacting businesses, impacting, individuals and the community at large. It's a great feat, and we applaud you for that.
Absolutely.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. Maybe there are one or two things you want to just say about yourself that possibly I know I didn't capture everything about you, but we can't even take everything because it will take the whole day. But there's something specific that you want to just mention about yourself. Please, can you take liberty and let's hear
Sure. Like you rightly introduced me, I'm Tolakehinde. I'm the founder of Cedrosville AI, and my mission and my passion is to make AI accessible in a non-techy way for professionals and small businesses, especially in underserved and minority communities. I'm passionate about that mission to make that happen, and I empower individuals and small businesses to harness the power of artificial intelligence in their day-to-day lives, in their career, and their business through my various platforms, through my master classes, through my consulting, and through my one-on-one coaching.
Interesting. So I want you to tell us what inspired you, to become an AI consultant.
Yep.
And what drives your passion for making AI accessible?
Great. That's a very good question. AI is a revolutionary technology. And one of the things I've noticed is that in the area of revolution, the underserved community are the slowest rate of adoption. And thinking about the fast evolvement of this technology and the potential, the beautiful potential, I'm passionate to bring this technology to the forefront of those in the underserved communities, as professionals, as businesses, to know what is coming, because AI is here, and to take advantage of it and be an early adopter so they're not left behind. That is my passion.
Interesting. While you were just giving us that line of thoughts, something just popped into my mind. When AI, these inventions and all that came up.
Right.
There's a lot of, you are a Christian.
Yes, I am.
Conceptions about AI, being demonic, also, trying to, make sure that the things that are spiritual, somehow there is imbalance in some of these things and all that. So there's a lot of misconception about AI.
Correct.
And you are a very, Bible believing fellow. So how do we balance this? Because there's also the quotation from the scripture where we talk about, the end time, some of this manifestation of knowledge and all that will be, so rampant and all that, and leading to, you know what I'm talking about, the end time. So
Absolutely.
How do you, what's the message you have in all
Well,
of this?
great question. And I'm happy you brought that up. Being a man of faith, everything in the possession or in the hands of a man of faith takes on the character of the owner. Money, which we all relate with, is good and it could be bad, depending on who is behind it. That is a character. Anything man-made will take on the character of the master, the one in charge of it, the one behind it. And in every technology, as beautiful as the internet is, I could recall back in the early days of the internet, there's a lot of skepticism. And today, the internet is for good and it's also for bad. It depends on who is behind it. So what I'm trying to get at is, there was always an element of the bad actors in every innovation, in every technology. As good as a model car is, cars are being weaponized. You've heard about somebody driving a good car that is meant to take you from point A to point B, right?
Yeah.
Comfortable. That same car, somebody else with an ulterior motive can get behind the wheels and is going to take on the character of the individual at the driver's seat. So that is exactly the same with artificial intelligence. It's a revolutionary technology. That is ups and that is down. And it can take on the character of who is behind it. An artificial intelligence application with a man of faith will take on the character of a man of faith. An artificial intelligence technology in the hands of a bad actor, your guess is as good as mine.
I'm laughing because this has generated a lot of debate all over the years, right? And let me ask you this as well. Don't you think that the advent of artificial intelligence has made people of faith to be lazy, especially in the area of, you talk about even men of God, getting messages from the Spirit in the place of prayer. Most times now, don't you think that most people are dependent on AI more than the Holy Spirit, who's an inspiration that is needed?
Well,
don't you think so?
I would question.
Should there be a balance on that?
Okay, I would question a servant of God that is fully dependent on a man-made technology to fulfill the acts of God. Notice what I say, the acts of God.
And I also noticed fully dependent.
Fully dependent. Okay, I choose my word carefully, and I'm going to accentuate the word fully and the acts of God. Everything is Anything man-made. So, okay, when we look at, let's tease apart the concept of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence simply means impacting intelligence, man intelligence, to machines. The ability to make machine have the cognitive ability that humans have. So when we talk about machine, we talk about digital machines, we talk about physical machines. Now let's look at the digital side. We're talking about computers. So impacting human cognitive intelligence into computers, that is at a high level, that is what artificial intelligence is. So you have machines that can learn and can think just the way humans do think. Okay? That is what artificial intelligence is. And you also have, and it's a technology, and to be, just so you know, it's not new. It's been around since the 1959s. Okay? But in the past 2-3 years, we've seen a spike. And that can be attributed to two things. One, data. Secondly, computing power. The ability to compute. Because, so let me take data first. We live in a world where data is disseminated in every millisecond. Everything we do, there's data in it. Okay?
Yeah.
Data in it. Sitting here, having this conversation with you, you and I were generating data.
That's right.
Okay? And data is in several modalities. Is in our talk, what we say, what we see, everything is data. Now, the ability to now gather that data, all of that data, synchronize it together, then compute. Because we're talking on massive, look at the several people around the world. Billions of people around the world generating data in milliseconds. The ability to aggregate this data together, compute it together, and get meaningful insight from it. So that computing ability is what gave birth to the advance, the rapid evolvement of artificial intelligence that have been around since 1959. Okay? So we're talking, I'm sure you've heard of the names of NVIDIA, you heard of chips.
Yeah.
Those are the backbone that are giving the power, the computing power, to the capability of artificial intelligence. So bringing all the data that are emanating from everybody, anywhere, everything around the world, and having the computing power to bring this data together, aggregate this data, then making meaningful insight of it, and predicting patterns out of it. That is what I give birth to artificial intelligence. Now, back to your question about men of God, the controversy around the community of faith. Let's look at what is faith. Look at what is behind artificial intelligence. They are facts.
Facts.
Data are facts. Faith is beyond fact. Faith is a higher level of fact. Where fact finishes, faith begins. So we cannot replace faith with facts. Facts can enable faith. But faith cannot be replaced with facts.
Okay, it's. I know. I'm really. I'm really intrigued by this lecture, but because this is a lecture already.
Okay, great.
So, I am looking at. So, from what you said, if I should be able to pick something out of it as well,
Yes.
could be that faith also needs AI, to some extent. So to also complement one or two things. If I'm not mistaken, if I'm not quoting you wrong.
Well, faith, yeah, you can say that because we are computing fact, which is data. All right? Okay? Faith is having the fact, right? This is what the fact is. This is the fact. Then transforming the facts. Transforming the facts. Okay? Fact is, to a man of faith, in the context of faith, is this does not exist. That is a fact. Faith is bringing to existence what does not exist.
Okay. Mr. Tola, anyway, so just because of the show we are in right now.
Correct.
So if we're in the gospel show, I think I would have gone deeper on that.
Okay,
so
deeper on that.
Let me come so that most of our we don't lose most of our viewers who are here with us today. Okay, now I am looking at this. Can you share a success story or a notable project where you helped individuals or businesses leverage AI for growth or improvement?
Oh, absolutely. One of the local businesses we have here, Niger Jollof. Okay. Restaurant. So one of the things that we did I went to patronize her because I like to patronize our local, and I saw the potential. I approached her, and I did mention to her, help me understand how you do this, because I think I have a better idea how this can be done. Oh, she was so intrigued, and so on our back end, we did some automation for her to curate, to help our customer service, and that has led to customer retention by 15%.
Oh, interesting.
And year over year, it has led to our growth. She just opened a new location in Toronto.
No.
And that has helped reshape the business. So that is a success story, right?
That's interesting, yeah.
On an individual side, I've had people enroll in my master classes where I taught them how to leverage some AI tools for productivity. And I have individuals that based on their productivity, they were able to get pay raise. They were able to get promotion in their places of work, corporate organization. We have those scenarios. Okay. And yeah, I've also, with kids, AI can augment learning skills. So one of the things is, it's now, when my kids, we leverage AI as a tutor. I have high school kids. Okay, two of them in high school. Yeah, we leverage AI as a tutor. So AI can teach them, talk to them in their tone, in their style, and bring it down to their understanding based on the AI has the ability to explain things to you based on your age, your understanding. So the way an AI will explain to a professor will be different from the way to explain to a 10-year-old, a 5-year-old, the same concept.
Okay, on that line of thought, because AI could be seen as to be very complex.
Correct.
Right. So how do you simplify complex AI, concepts for audience? That's for your audience, for example. And what strategies do you use to make AI more accessible?
Okay, AI is accessible to everybody, just like we have Google. Right. I think one of the things is knowledge. Knowledge. So, and that is where I bring in this supposedly affordable, accessible technology. How do you relate with it? So to relate with it, you have to know how it comes into being, how the component of AI. So one of the things in my class, what I take people through is how it came to be, because when you know how something is put together, you will know how best to relate with it. AI is patterned after human intelligence. So which is our brain? How do our brain function? First, we look at how do we take in data? Because data is what powers AI. How do we take in data? We take in data to our eyes, what we see, what we hear, the 5 senses.
Yeah.
That is how we relate with this 3-dimensional world. And with those senses feed our brain. And what do our brain do? They compute this data and make meaning out of it, and process it, make meaning out of it. So AI, you you interact with AI through what we call natural language. You speak to AI, either through text or through voice. So I think the question now is, the literacy of AI now comes to how you speak to it.
Okay.
Because how you speak to it will determine the outcome or the output you get out of it. So that is the new learning. People first, anybody first need to learn how to speak to AI.
Interesting.
Yes.
So okay. So on that note, we'll be going on a short break.
Yep.
So when we come back, we would be looking at a few more questions. Because I would want you to start with what are some common misconceptions,
Okay.
about AI that you'd like to address.
Okay.
And then how do you think AI can benefit the society?
Absolutely.
So viewers will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
This is Community Circle.
Welcome to Black Community Television. From Canada to the world, dive into a world of vibrant culture, powerful stories, and inspiring forces with Black Community Television. From thought-provoking documentaries to engaging talk shows, quality news, we celebrate the diversity and richness of the Black experience. So tune in for insightful discussions, captivating entertainment, and a platform where our community's voices are heard and celebrated. Join us on a journey of empowerment, education, and entertainment. Subscribe now and be a part of the conversation. This is Black Community Canada Television, bringing the world together, fostering peace.
This is Community Circle.
Okay, welcome back. This is still the Community Circle, and I still have here with me Mr. Tolakehinde. Tolakehinde, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You've been so insightful, and we're glad, having you. Now, I talked about, I want you to address this. So what are some common misconceptions about AI? I know you've said something, when we started earlier that also relates to this, but I want you to at least be a little bit emphatic on this and just give us maybe a few a minute or so, talk to us about what are some common misconceptions about AI that you'd like to address, and how do you think AI can benefit the society?
Okay, great. The one, and there's one major one, is that AI is going to replace human.
That's the problem, right?
I would say it's a no and a yes answer. What we say, which everybody knows, is AI will, human that leverages AI in terms of the workforce, humans, people that leverage AI, business that leverage AI, professionals that leverage AI will replace professionals that do not leverage AI. Businesses that leverages AI into their business operations will replace businesses that do not leverage AI. That is a basic conception, and that is real.
That's real.
Correct. And why that is real is now what is going to lead me into the benefit. AI.
Can you mention any other one misconception? That's
Okay, the other misconception is AI can do everything. And no, that's not true. AI cannot do everything. Because if AI can do everything, there is no need for human existence. So there's a place for humans, and there's a place for AI.
Okay, let's get to the benefits now.
Awesome. Okay. Now, in terms of the benefits, so look at AI. When you look at the human beings, we are finite. In other words, you are only as good as the location you are in, the information you've had over the years, the exposure you have over the years, and where you are right now. That is human. Humans cannot be at two different places at the same time. With AI, that is changing. And how is that is changing is that AI has now expanded human capabilities. You and I can be sitting here in this studio, which we are physically, and with the power of AI, We also can be in multiple other studios at the same time, speaking on different concepts, different conversations, and making the same impact. Because I'm just going to cite one of the use cases. So AI can clone each one of us. There's what we call AI avatar or AI clone. So what that means is we take your clone, your digital copy, my digital copy, we're going to train it to talk like me, to talk like you, and we're going to deploy it on several platforms to engage in conversations. Now, these are, what we've done is we've taken most of my brain, data from my brain, data from your brain, over some period of time. So this robot, they've learned how we talk. They've learned how we think. All right? Cognitively. And they can engage in conversations based on knowledge that they have acquired about myself. My digital clone has acquired about me. Your digital clone has acquired about you. They can engage in conversations.
That's a feat, right?
Yes. that exists.
You know, because I'm just looking at because when you come to this aspect of it, a few days ago, one of my team members here, you know, I needed one of my pictures that they took, and the picture doesn't have a leg. You know, they cut off my leg while taking that picture, and you know what? So I said, so my graphic designer said, no, I said I needed the, because I was wearing a beautiful shoe. So where's my shoe in this whole concept and all that? I said, guy, which of the pictures do you have that the shoe is showing? He said, unfortunately, none of them has the shoe. I said, what? Okay, so he will give me an AI shoe.
Yep.
And then complete my leg with AI.
Yep.
And he did that.
Yep.
But I just said that, but this is not the shoe I wore that day, so I'm not going to use it.
No, absolutely. That's the power of.
But what I'm saying is, he did it, right? So, but this aspect of, you know, having this in different, that's another fit, actually. You know,
Absolutely.
You know, I want you to tell us. You know, I wish we have enough time, but time is not our friend, right? Yeah. You can, you know, in just fly away as before you know what's happening.
Absolutely.
So, can you tell us about Citrusville?
Right.
Tell us about Citrus AI's mission and its vision, and how you see the company evolving in the future.
Thank you very much. So, Citrusville AI, our mission is to power those in the underserved communities, professionals, and small business owners, starting from our community and taking that to the marketplace.
Interesting.
Powering small entrepreneurs and professionals to leverage AI for productivity, for professionals, training them up. Then for small businesses, which are scarce of resources, working with them to see what makes sense for them to scale and grow their business in less cost. Because when you look at what it takes to start, grow, and scale a business, it's all about the human capability. So we look at your business process, we look at what your goals are, your short-term goal, your long-term goal, and we look at, okay, leveraging the power of AI to help you arrive, take incremental steps on your short-term goals, and arrive at your long-term goals. So achieving profitability, scalability that aligns with your business goals and objectives. That is what we do.
Interesting. What you have said is worthy of note. But I want you to just one point on this.
Yes, please.
As an advice that you would give to individuals or businesses looking to integrate AI into their operations on their daily lives.
Right.
Possibly one advice on that for them.
Yeah, I would say have a clarity. Because AI is like a jetpack that is attached to the human mind. So first you have to have a sense of what your goals are, what your ideal strategy or your accomplishment is. When that is crystal clear, then we can attach AI to it on steroids to take you to where you want to be. But not having a clarity of goal and objective and having AI in is going to lead to disarray. So you have to be very crystal clear on what your goals are, what you want to achieve. Then based on that, we will now see how those goals can be empowered or enhanced or assisted with the technology of AI.
Interesting. Now, how do you stay up to date? Because those of you that are already, immersed in the AI world,
Right.
where so that you are, raising scholars in this area and industry. How do you stay up to date with the latest developments in AI? What trends do you think will shape the industry in the coming years?
That's a very interesting question. Yes, I do stay up to date. Like my training was with a mastermind in California. So what I have in a lot of panels to where I get information, regular information on the current, because this is a technology that changes every day. So to stay up to date, I have a personal mechanism that curates all the latest AI information from all around the world. I have what we call an AI agent that gets all the information and get it to me on my phone every day.
Wow.
So I can have it read it to me. I can choose to read it myself. I can have it send me a text, or I can have it send me an email. That technology exists. So I don't have to worry about that. So look at it that way, that I have a digital staff that takes care of that. That is possible today, and everybody can do that. Okay?
Interesting.
So, yeah, so that is how I stay up to date. Then in terms of emerging trends, I think anybody should be having the mindset of AI first in whatever I do, physically. Not spiritually, physically. Because it's meant to enhance our physical, mental capability, to take us from finite to infinite. So I see AI as our second brain.
The second brain.
Yes, it's a second brain. Human can leverage it. It can help to expound your thinking, your cognitive thinking. Okay, that is available to everybody. So when it can help elevate your thinking in multiple dimensions. So if you are a business owner that you are in three-dimensional thinking about that, there's another business owner, another competitor that is leveraging it and is thinking of how to expand in multiple dimensions. There's no competition, there's no level playing field. And that can be attributed to what I said earlier about those that leverage it. They're going to outperform people that do not leverage it in every endeavor of human.
I don't know why this faith matter still just keeps coming, but I have just one more question.
Yes.
So, because of our time. And so you would encourage, for example, as person of faith, that because you talk about the AI being our second brain.
Correct.
So your first brain relating with the spirit, and for example, you receive an inspiration as a person of faith. So you would advise or advocate that you should process that, what's the word now? The information, let me use the word information, that you took or you got from the space, the spiritual space, and as a person of faith, and then bring it to the second brain, which is AI, to help you process it and to make it refined. Do you advocate for that?
Okay, let's look at, again, back to the subject of faith.
Because this can fall into different things, apply to different.
So, the things of faith need human capability to express themselves in this physical realm. Okay, so when you have an inspiration of faith, It comes into your spirit because man is an eternal spirit from the viewpoint of being a man of faith. A man is not a mind. A man has a mind, but it's not a mind. Okay? A man is a spirit. Now, the mind is fed on and is shaped by the knowledge and the information it is exposed to. So, as a man of faith, you can have an inspiration from your spirit and have your mind refine it and leverage the power of technology to refine it, but not diluting the core essence of the spiritual inspiration.
Interesting. Well, let's leave it at that. Okay, before I let you go,
Yes, please.
oh my goodness, man. It's been an interesting one.
Yes.
So, tell me, what does empowerment for endless possibilities mean to you?
Yeah.
How do you embody this mission in your work?
Thank you very much. That is one thing that is my core value. I believe that man has limitless possibilities if they can tap into it. Everybody on the face of the earth has a potential to endless possibilities if you can just tap into it. My mission is to help people through the vehicle of technology and in my master classes and coaching, redirect people's mind to the enormosity of the capability that is each and everyone is endowed with. Technology is an amplifier, just like money is an amplifier. But there's a core capability that resides in each and every one of humans that can be amplified within the same context of the right environment, the right interaction, and the right association. My aim is to leverage my platform to individuals in their whatever they do, in their career, in their business, to attain their highest potential based on the capability that they've been naturally endowed with. And I leverage my platform as a coach, as a tech consultant to help humans amplify their natural and God-given capability to achieve their maximum potential.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tolakehinde.
Thank you so much for having me.
We're glad having you indeed.
Thank you.
So, our viewers, it's been a beautiful time with Mr. Tola here. Mr. Tola is the founder of the Cedrusville AI, and which is a forward-thinking company. You know, he's renowned for his ability to simplify complex AI concepts. You know, Tolakehinde equips his audience with the tools and confidence, you know, to integrate AI into everyday life and work. So we are really glad having him today. So you can check him out, and I'm sure that you will have a great time with him. Thank you for being part of today's community circle, and I'm glad to have you. My name is Ukela Prince. God bless you.
Thank
Cheers.
you.